Welcome everybody, I'm Lexi with the very first episode of Chowhound Heroes. I'm here with some really exciting stuff with the Firehouse number 8 at Newport Beach, California. They're gonna be making some awesome dishes for us today. So Jason, why don't you tell me what you're gonna be doing?
Well, first off, we're going to start with a really good arugula salad with some goat cheese, served with lemon caper vinaigrette and some smoked salmon. And then for some appetizers, we're going to do some regular bruschetta, and then some Italian sausage stuffed mushrooms.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. What about you, Mark? What are you going to be making?
I'm going to be making bacon wrapped pork medallions. So it's going to be pork on pork, so you can never go wrong with that, too much pork. And I'm going to be doing it with a sweet potato hash with some peppers in there, and so that's going to go with that on the side, with some broccolini, sea salt, olive oil.
Oh, you're speaking my language. All right. They're going to be making some awesome dishes, so you guys stick around and you'll see what's coming up right up next. Welcome back. We're going to be making our first dish here with Jason. Jason, what are you going to be doing?
Right now, we're going to start prepping the bruschetta, so we're going to take the tomatoes and start dicing those. So we'll do those together in a minute. And then while I'm doing this, I'm going to have Mark going to start prepping some other things for the actual tomato dish itself. He's going to be sauteing a little bit of garlic, some shallots, and a little bit of olive oil. And then at the same time, he's also going to be wilting some of that spinach for the stuffed mushrooms we'll be doing in a little bit. So we'll come in through here and we just basically do a nice little dice, something kind of rough.
Okay.
Because you want the tomatoes actually to be a little bit thick, so when we saute them, they're actually going to be a little chunky, and then we'll make the bruschetta topping.
Okay.
And as I get that going for him, I'm going to start my dish here, which is the sweet potato hash with peppers. So I like to kind of get the peppers roasted. Now you can saute these or roast them. I feel like when you roast them, it smells up the whole area and it gives a great aroma, so they know they're going to have a good meal, and it takes a little extra love to roast them rather than just saute them up. Anyways, a lot of people don't know this, but firefighters, we do pay for all our own meals, and at my station it's $6 a meal, and so we have 10 guys, so it's about $60 to make a meal for the guys. So we pride ourselves on getting the best meal you can for that amount. So when I come in the morning, I'll look through all the coupons and see what the best deal is. So if it's chicken, we're going to do something with chicken. So you pull something out with chicken. If it's pork, you're going to have pork. Today, pork wasn't on sale, but I wanted to make this for you guys.
So do you have a favorite item that you like to cook? Like, I know you guys like to stay healthy.
That's a big thing right now, is the switch to health in the firehouses. I mean, the guys that came on before would be, cheese, hamburgers, heavy duty stuff.
All the good stuff, right?
Yes, and now we're doing there's paleo diet, there's low carbs. So we try to do, rather than a regular russet potato, I'm going to do sweet potatoes. You know, it's better for you.
They're good too. I like them.
We're doing a lot of stuff with quinoa, like brown rice rather than just the white rice. It's little tricks like that I like to use.
These are smelling really good.
Yeah, they're starting to go pretty nice.
I like that.
You can't really over roast them, because after we're done here, we'll put them in a brown bag and let them steam themselves, and we'll peel off the skin and then dice them up. So,
well, hey, if they catch on fire, we're good, right?
Right. Getting a little bit too brown, but that's just about there. It's about ready, Jason.
All right, I'm coming right now.
I wish you guys could smell what's going on right now. It's phenomenal.
Got some nice diced tomatoes, we'll throw them in there. All right. So as we're kind of sauteing these tomatoes right here, what we'll end up doing is adding a little bit of more olive oil, because that gives it kind of a base in the liquid, as well as adding a little bit of balsamic vinegar. That gives it that kick, that vinegar flavor. Of course, we'll add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, Italian seasonings to kind of give it some more of that Italian flavor. So for here, let's see, we'll grab a little bit of Italian seasonings.
Jason, do you have a favorite thing to cook?
I kind of like to cook what the guys like to eat,
Yeah.
and the girls at the fire stations.
Okay.
That's important to me, to see the people that we cook for happy. That's one of my big things, is when I cook, I take a lot of pride in actually the cooking itself. To see if they enjoy it. The worst is if we get a call right when I'm done cooking or right in the middle of cooking, so then the food doesn't actually come out as well.
Oh, that's the worst.
So it is kind of a pain sometimes when that's the case.
Oh my gosh.
So add a little bit of olive oil to this. That'll give it some of that liquid base, as well as some of the balsamic vinegar.
Ooh.
And this is when you'll really start to smell the bruschetta, maybe the real popular smell of bruschetta.
Yeah, I definitely smell it. It smells really good.
And give that a little bit of a toss.
All right, so for our next dish, we're gonna be making portobello stuffed mushrooms, which look really good. So tell me how you're gonna do this, Jason.
All right, so I already did some of the prep work, because most people know how to do some ground turkey, and I've got the Italian sausage, the turkey Italian sausage in here, chopped up with actually a couple portobello mushrooms to make some of that, more of that filling.
Ooh.
And added into that, we're gonna add a little bit of butter that we melted down, just to give it some of the wetness. Butter's always good, it's always a good rich flavor. Some breadcrumbs. A little bit of white wine, cooking wine.
I won't tell.
And then of course, obviously a little bit of salt and pepper on top of that. Don't have exactly any pre-measures that we really do here in the fire station. Everything is kind of to taste. Now at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and get some gloves on. If you guys want to get gloves on too, because we're gonna get ready to start stuffing the
Needs
mushrooms.
to go around in the firehouse, so got them everywhere.
And then while I'm getting ready to make this mushroom mixture, if you wouldn't mind, you two, this is some cooked spinach that we cooked down, cooked baby spinach. And this will go in the bottom or the bed of the portobello mushrooms. And then once we get that in the bottom of the spinach, just a little amount. So
Okay.
You have to show me.
Take
John
a
made
mushroom.
these with them before, so.
Oh.
Put a little small amount of the spinach into the portobello mushroom like that. And then while you're doing that, I'm gonna kind of make the stuffing mixture itself again. And then you can always add a little bit more butter if you want. I try to not add as much butter. Add maybe a little olive oil if you need more of a binding agent, something a little bit wet.
I'd be doing butter.
Or some more, more breadcrumbs to kind of make that seasoning. And then once you guys get all those bedded with that spinach, then we're gonna take this mixture here and we're gonna stuff each of these portobello mushrooms.
Did you saute these beforehand, or are they just straight up?
These are just straight up. There's a few ways that you can do them. Some people do like to saute them, especially again in butter. They'll soften up a little bit and make them really nice. Here again at the fire station, we really try to go healthy. So if you just cook them long enough, they cook down pretty well.
Stuff these on there for you?
Yeah, if you don't mind. This is the
Okay.
stuffing mixture. I placed that stuffing mixture over the mushrooms.
Looks good.
It'll be like this. What I like to do, because when you cook it, you can always have a little bit of wine. It's going to cook off, but use a little bit of white wine at the bottom.
Okay.
And when that cooks in, it almost steams with those mushrooms, softens them up, and that white wine flavor infuses into the mushrooms, as well as keeps them nice and soft.
Everybody
and
likes
tender.
white wine, right?
And the alcohol burn off, so there's nothing real big deal about that. So once you guys are done stuffing those, we'll add a little bit of white wine again to the bottom of this mixture.
I'm gonna try
Kind
one
of just
here.
coat the very bottom of the plate.
Okay. You run
And
this.
then we're gonna end up
Let you
going these in
finish
the
those
oven
off.
for about 30 to 45 minutes at about 350 degrees until they're nice and soft. You actually start noticing the mushrooms kind of start falling apart.
Ooh.
And then it's gonna be right when they're gonna be ready.
That sounds really, really good. So let's get these into the oven, and then we're gonna see what you're gonna bring up for us next.